It's striking, though, Senator, because some members are saying, look, we need more time to look at his speeches to see if he really is anti-Israel. Others are saying, no, we're going to use this moment of leverage to get more information about Benghazi, about what the president said, who he called the night of the attack, or getting some of the emails about who changed the talking points. The president said this week on the issue of Benghazi, you guys are running out of things to ask about. So let me ask you, at the end of the day here on Benghazi, if the worst thing is true, what is that truth about how the president handled this crisis?
Well, I don't know the answer to that question. I do know that there's so many answers we don't know. For example, what did the president do the night of the attack? We know he met with the Secretary of Defense and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on another issue and then never talked to them again. We know that the Secretary of State, who said she was clear-eyed, never saw the warnings about the fact that the consulate could not withstand an attack. Why was that? We don't even still know we've had 5 different versions of who put together the talking points. We want to know why the president alleged to Mitt Romney in a debate that he had called it a terrorist attack when he hadn't, and in an interview that very night of September 12th, he'd said he didn't know what it was, and for 2 weeks later kept saying he didn't know what kind of attack it was. And in testimony, the Secretary of Defense and Chief of Staff, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff both said they knew that night. There's so many questions about Benghazi. We've had 2 movies about getting bin Laden, and we don't even know who the people were who were evacuated from the consulate the next day after the attack. So there are many, many questions, and we have had a massive cover-up on the part of the administration. But a massive cover-up of what? I mean,
Susan Rice said there was a lot of confusion.
Do you care, David?
I'm asking you, Senator, what is the cover-up of what?
I'm asking you, do you care? I'm asking you, do you care whether 4 Americans died? The reasons for that? And shouldn't people be held accountable for the fact that 4 Americans died?
You said there's a cover-up. A cover-up of what? I'm just asking you, a cover-up of what?
Of the information concerning the deaths of 4 brave Americans. The information has not been forthcoming. You can obviously believe that it has. I know that it hasn't, and I'll be glad to send you a list of the questions that have not been answered, including what did the president do and who did he talk to the night of the attack on Benghazi, and why was it? Why was it that the people who were evacuated from the consulate the next day were not interviewed the next day? And then they would have known that it was not a spontaneous demonstration. Why did the president for 2 weeks during the heat of a campaign continue to say he didn't know whether it was a terrorist attack or not? Is it because it interfered with the line of Al-Qaeda is decimated and everything's fine in that part of the world? Maybe. We don't know, but we need the answers. Then we'll reach conclusions. But we have not received the answers, and that's a fact.